Hey everyone, it's Liam the Deaf Dude Metalhead bringing you a new video after surviving man flu for the last 4 days. I probably still sound like shit, so I do apologise, but I can't not do this video because I've got some thank yous and some records to show you. So big thank you to Matt at the Accusation Network. He recently did a 10 questions video response to my 10 questions. And I'm fairly sure it's because of him now my channel has gone from 134 to 174. So big thank you, Matt. Really appreciate you taking the time to do that video. It was really good, way better than mine, and a lot of fun. And I'm pretty sure because of him my channel's just gone. So that's really cool. Dave at Metal of Honor, he also mentioned me in his channel a couple of days ago talking about my Hammerheart Records video. Big thank you, Dave. Great channel as well. I think he's quite new to the game like me, but he's got a really good production. He knows his shit, and it's really informative. So definitely go check him out. Obviously, I'll put links below. And as the title suggests, Mr. Cloudy Milder broke my VCLT virginity. He sent me a record a couple of days ago that completely not his cup of tea. And when I saw it on his channel and commented on it, I was really surprised he even had a band like that in his collection, because I mean, he's got a great taste in like British heavy metal and that kind of thing, and I use his channel a lot to kind of check out bands that I would never have heard of, purely because of my age, because he's old, but also because, you know, it's a style of music I really like, but it kind of skipped me as I grew up listening to metal. I kind of went into nu metal and then kind of ventured off into thrash, so it's a genre of music I'm kind of rediscovering as I get older. So I'll kick off with that one. People hate me for saying he's old, but there you go. This is Tomb of Finland. This is the one Andy sent me. This is an absolutely phenomenal album. I'm amazed he even had it in his collection, because it's totally not his thing. I mean, I might be wrong. I can't vouch for what he actually listens to. But when he put this on there, I was just like, wow, that's really good. Why have I never heard of these guys? It's melodic, doomy black metal and death metal, all those kind of things I love, thrown into that Finnish style, and it's spot on for me. It's got everything I like about the Finnish death metal, Finnish doom metal. There's the black metal elements in there. This came out in 2015 through Mighty Music, and yeah, he messaged me on Facebook and said, do you want it? I don't want it. And I was like, wow, yeah, do you want me to pay for postage? You know, completely new to this whole VCLT thing. So he's made the list. If I see something, I'll definitely be sending it his way. So big thank you, mate, for that. I'm really grateful. I've spun this about 4 or 5 times. It's one of them bands that kind of sits in that kind of rotational thing of styles of metal I listen to quite regularly. And I'm a big fan of Finnish death metal, so really happy to have that. And they've got another one out, which I'm going to get as well. And then this band I've been listening to on and off recently. It's a band I really don't go to often, but when I want to kind of mellow out a bit, it's one of those ones I put on, and that is Germany's Nailed to Obscurity with their 2019 release Black Frost. Yeah, came out through Nuclear Blast. Didn't pay a lot of money for this. It was one of those eBay bidding wars where a shop's put it online because they don't know really what it is. Started the bid off at like 99p. I got this for about a £5. Look on Discogs, it's about 25 quid, so I'm well happy with that. Not really something I'd go out my way to go get, but I liked the first album they put out, and it's quite melodic. Full gatefold with some really cool artwork. But these guys sound like a very early Opeth, mid-tier kind of Catatonia. Very chilled out on the guitar front. It's not overly aggressive. Loads of melodies. There's a lot of clean singing, a lot of like kind of growly stuff in there as well. A lot of atmosphere. It's a brilliant band. They're very good musicians. So if you're kind of like in that chilled out kind of melodic black metal, melodic doom metal, you know, this will definitely be up your street, because it's a really cool band. And, you know, even though I paid like peanuts for it, splatter vinyl. So I'm pretty sure the shopkeeper will be well pissed off that he put the bid so low, because it was only me and another dude bidding on it, and I wasn't really keen on getting it. I just kind of saw a bargain and looked on Discogs and thought, that's really cheap for that, and I want it. So that's that. And then next, it was a record store day a couple of days ago, weeks ago. I can't remember when it was now. It was a weekend. I had the kids and the wife all under the same roof at the same time. No one was at work. We were gonna have a weekend together, and I kind of hinted at maybe, does anyone want to come watch me queue up really early in the morning, wear a mask and watch Dad basically look through records? And they all said no. So I had to wait till 6 o'clock when the shops kind of release the records to the general public on the web. There's a few I wanted, but I can't afford to go crazy this month. There's so much I need to pay out for, so my budget has been abysmal. But I managed to get hold of a copy of this, and that is the one I really wanted anyway, and that is Fight's Small Deadly Space. This originally came out in 1995. This is, if you don't know who Fight are, it's Rob Halford's project when he left Judas Priest, I think in the 90s or 2000s, I can't remember where he left. It must be in the 90s, it's 1995, dickhead. So Fight kind of have that kind of groove, Pantera, Cro-Mags kind of sound to them. And this is their third full length before they disbanded. And he went back to Judas Priest. And the best song on this album, Human Crate. Really heavy, really riffy. It's a stomper, real good stomper. Really heavy, brilliant. And Rob Halford's vocals sound fantastic. I mean, it's a good album all in all, but that's the standout track by a country mile for me. Yeah, I mean, they're all average tracks apart from, you know, Human Crate. And the vinyl looks really cool. Really nice, like kind of red marble kind of colour. There it is, if you can see that. So yeah, really happy. Didn't really pay a lot of money for it. They're now going for crazy money now because obviously Record Store Day Records. I imagine most people buy in bulk online and then like kind of exploit people for it. Because if you haven't queued up for it, you're going to have to suffer. And I imagine with the COVID situation, it probably wasn't very nice anyway. Because I've been kind of going to shops, kind of trying to get in the door, and they kind of say, "Oh, what do you want?" I was like, "Well, I don't know what I want. I want to look." And they're not kind of letting you do that in Norwich at the moment, which kind of sucks. So places like H&V are open, but their prices are horrendous. So yeah. Anyway, so that's Fight's Small Deadly Space. Definitely check that one out. And then this one is a bit of a unique one. I got this really cheap from Aesthetic Death Records. Stuart sorted me out this for like literally nothing compared to what it's probably going for. And that is Funeral Circle's self-titled album. Now, this came out through Hell's Headbangers in America. They're a Canadian epic doom band. And on the hype sticker, they're basically classed as Candlemass, Trouble and Cathedral, and I can safely say they sound like none of those bands, not even close. They probably could easily compared to Solstice, the British epic doom band from Yorkshire. They're kind of like Lovecraft, epic Christianity kind of themes, like anti-Christianity. It's not pro-Christianity at all. Yeah, it's a good album, but it falls on the mark a bit of like the bigger epic doom bands. I mean, packaging wise, it looks all right. Got blue vinyl on one disc, and then what bugs me a little bit about this album is this one. On the it's 3 sides, even though it's 2 discs, and you've got a really nice gold one to complement the blue one, but then on the other side, nothing. No sticker, no etching, nothing. And it just seems like a complete waste to me. And you've got all this blue one, nothing. But musically, really good guitar solos, really epic vocals, lots of atmosphere, that kind of thing. And I'm pretty sure there's only a handful of Canadian epic doom bands out there. I know Smolder is one of them, the bigger ones. Full inlay there, colour print. But yeah, it's good music, but I don't know why they put a hype sticker to say they sound like those 3 bands, because they don't. Well, I'm a big fan of all 3 of those bands, and I can safely say they sound like none of them. So yeah, anyway, moving on, up in the gears quite a bit, some Swedish death metal HM2, and that is Dismember's first album, Like an Ever-Flowing String. I'm completely new to this album. I heard Massive Killing Capacity when I was a teenager, just purely on the artwork. I downloaded that MP3 years and years and years ago, and it kind of sat in rotation on my death metal playlist. And it's a band I completely forgot about because they're not on Spotify, they're not on any streaming services, and I'm pretty sure they disbanded as well for quite some time. But this band is fucking awesome. I'm amazed I've never... You kind of hear the band, and I know Andy, the guitarist in Consecration with me, He's a big Dismember fan, but it's a band I've never really checked out since Massive Killing Capacity. I think it's Casket Gardens, one of the tracks. I might be wrong, that might be a Grave song, I can't really remember. But I do prefer these guys over Entombed. Left Hand Path's a really good album, obviously, but this, I think, edges it for me. It's double black vinyl, 180 gram through Back on Black Records. Came out in 1991, I believe. But yeah, I mean, I put this on Instagram yesterday just to say I'm listening to it. Over 200 likes, because it must be a very, very popular band, because it's the highest liked picture on my Instagram account by miles. And all I did was just literally hold it up to the camera and listening to this morning. So yeah, they must be very, very popular. And I know they're playing, I think it's a UK Death Fest here next year. So I'm going to probably get a ticket and go and see them, because I really like the sound of this. Really raw, buzzsaw guitars. And, you know, loads of bonus tracks on here as well. So fucking awesome. And then lastly, on the list, I've been spinning this for a couple of weeks now. The only band in my collection, or only band I know of, metal-wise, that come from the Faroe Islands. And if you don't know where the Faroe Islands are, I think it's just above Scotland, Iceland and Denmark. So it kind of sits in a triangle between those three countries. But I think they come under the Danish kingdom. And that is Hamferd. I can't pronounce the name of the album, but it's their second release in 2018 through Metal Blade Records. Melodic, miserable, but also really epic Death Doom that sounds like no other Death Doom band I have. And two reasons: they sing in their native language, so that'll put a few people off if you're kind of that kind of single-mindedness where you can't get into a band because you don't understand them. But then if you listen to death metal, can you really understand the lyrics of most of the bands? I can't. And I don't really care if I can't, because you just kind of go, and that's the end of it, you know. But anyway, these guys really sell it for me on their live performances. I'll put a link below, but on YouTube there's a video of them playing with a total eclipse in the background on their island. So they're stood there playing away, and there's a fucking eclipse going on in the background, and it's a really, really cool video. I think it won an award as well, because it's totally unique. The song is really epic and powerful, and it really fits the mood of what's going on around them. Really, really cool band. I believe they also won a competition, and that's how they got signed in the first place, a Wacken Open Air kind of competition, kind of like Battle of the Bands. If you win, you get a record deal, that kind of thing. And I think this is what happened for them. They've only got 2 albums, but this is brilliant. 180 gram black vinyl, sounds lush. Really good band. One of those bands you have to just kind of sit down with and listen. You can't just kind of chuck it on, you know, go in a car for 10 minutes and you've listened to like 2 or 3 songs. It's something you have to kind of absorb and take in, but it's fucking awesome. Love this band. And I'll put a link to the video because it is really, really cool. So yeah, that is what I've been listening to and what you should be checking out. Thanks again to Matt, Dave and Andy. Like I mentioned, I'll put a link to their channels below. And thank you to all my new subscribers and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy the rest of my content, and let me know what you think. Don't be shy. Check out my band Consecration if you haven't already. There's a link in the YouTube banner. We're doing a new album in the next 2 weeks. I think we're there tonight actually doing tracking. I've sent the demo to a few people, so if you're interested, obviously give me a message on Instagram or even Facebook if you know me on there. I'll happily send you a link and you can check it out. I had some great feedback so far, and I'm really, really excited about getting it recorded, because it's going to be something, hopefully, that'll take the band into bigger shores, as it were. So in the meantime, enjoy your day, evening, or wherever you are watching this, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Cheers!